So if you guys are into Battlestar Galactica, you're going to love this heavy cruiser, Loki, that was shown on the series Blood and Chrome. And we're going to see if this Loki ship belongs in your collection of Battlestar Galactica. Anyway, as always, let's get started. So before we take this Battlestar Galactica heavy cruiser Loki ship out of its box, I thought I'd show you the box itself, which is typical for the Battlestar collection of ships from Eaglemoss. So on this side, there's some great information about this heavy cruiser. Let's see if I can get it up a little closer for you guys without blurring so you can read it. Here's the back side of the packaging. And on this side, it's a nice color photo of the ship itself. Get up a little closer for you guys. Now, I did buy this ship directly from Eaglemoss's website because I absolutely refuse to pay the prices that they're offering on eBay. So if you don't mind waiting a couple weeks to get your package, then I highly suggest buying directly from Eaglemoss. Anyway, guys, let's get this bad boy out of its carton and see what it's like. Okay, it is time to take this ship out of its carton. Like I said, I did buy this from Eaglemoss, so it does still have the factory seal on it. So I'm opening it up for the very, very first time. Now I'd like to get this tape open if I can without using a knife, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. Actually, it is. Okay, here we go. Now, it looks like this ship does come with a magazine, which is nice, because usually these magazines are packed with some great detail about these ships. Now, this ship was a heavy cruiser, and they transport food and weapons to the other ships within the fleet. Here, let me see if I can get up close for you guys. Now, I'm not going to get too much into this magazine, but it has some great information about this ship. Now, this is a pretty good example of what's inside this magazine. Full information about different parts of the ship, which is cool. Now, here's another ship from the collection. Anyway, like I said, I'm opening up this for the first time. I don't know what to expect. Nice. So first, let's look at the stand itself. Here's the back side of the stand itself. Typical nice fabric on a backside here so it doesn't scrape your desk that might be going on. It says Loki here. Now here's the other portion. And they usually go together pretty easily. Nice snug fit, which is nice. So that's the stand itself. Now let's see if I can get this Loki ship out of its box here. Wow, this is a pretty cool ship, guys. First impressions are pretty nice. A lot of great detail, Aztecing on it. Let me turn it over here. Okay, let me get rid of the box, and we'll get up and close and personal on this Loki heavy cruiser ship from Battlestar Galactica. So let's get up close on this heavy cruiser Loki from the series Blood and Chrome, Battlestar Galactica. So let's start with the most controversial part of the ship. Now, the packaging and the literature inside calls this ship the Loki. But in reality, this ship has the name Cyclops. So why is that? As far as I know, there was 5 of these ships built for the various fleets, and they were to accompany a Battlestar. For example, the Battlestar Galactica would have one of these ships by its side somewhere, and Pegasus would also have one of these ships to supply it with ammo and food, and the rest of the ships within the battle group. So this was considered a heavy cruiser, but what's unique about this design of ships, it had 3 very large cargo areas. So that had one here, had one here, and it had a lot bigger one down here. It had cranes for moving supplies from one ship to another, which was unique about this ship. It had 81 cargo bays that could open up. So it's a very capable ship for transporting goods from one ship to another. And the saucer section also was a cargo area. Now the front of the ship was more like a crocodile, and it had 35 pulse cannons on it. So it was a very capable ship. Not only was it a cargo ship, it actually could go on battle and do very well when it came to battling Cylon ships. So it had, like I said, 35 pulse cannons. So you had some up here, here, some back here, some back here. You had them on the sides. And on the bottom of the ship, you even had additional. You had it up here, down along here. You're going to see the antenna arrays up front here for communication. But the back of the ship, I guess you can consider it kind of vulnerable because it had no pulse cannons in back, which is kind of surprising. So all the armament was up forward on the ship itself. Now, like I said, this was a heavy cruiser, and it mainly carried food and ammunition for the fleet. As far as the engines, it had 9 sublight engines, so 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. Now you're going to see on the cargo bays are actually numbered. Not sure if you guys can pick that up on camera here. Let me see if I can turn it over and you can see. So each of these cargo bays had numbers on it. And like I said, there was 91 cargo holds on this ship itself. So it could carry a fair amount of supplies for the battle group it was with. Another unique thing about this ship is it had 2 shuttle bays. So it had one on this side, and we had one on this side, and I believe they went the full width of the ship itself. So you can get from either side of the ship, and it housed Raptors, Vipers, and various other small cargo ships that could transport goods from one ship to another. So it was a very, very capable ship. And it could also take a little pounding too. So even though this was considered a cargo ship, it also went into battle quite a few times also. So it actually could take care of itself. So let me know what you guys think about this heavy cruiser from the series Blood and Chrome, Battlestar Galactica. And let me know what you think about the name. So do you guys think that Eaglemoss should have changed the name on here to Cyclops instead of Loki? Let me know what you guys think about that. I think personally they should have changed the name on the packaging to the Cyclops, if you ask me. But I think the reason why they bring up the name Loki is that one of the episodes on the Blood and Chrome series, Adama actually mentions the name Loki once in the series. So that might be the reason why they put Loki on the packaging itself and the literature inside the box itself. Nice paint scheme up here. It is kind of a shiny, a little bit too shiny for me. I wish it was a lot more dull, but I could always take care of that later on. And the only other discrepancy I have on this thing is right there. Looks like it wasn't fit together very well right up here, but I'll try to take care of that later on. And there's a slight amount of play. Not sure if you guys can hear that. There's some play, the connection between here and here. Other than that, the ship is very detailed. The Aztecing up front here is done very well. Subtle weathering. The nice highlights of the numbers. The striping. Subtle color of the parts. Here, here. Same in back here. Let me see if I can get up close for you guys here. I'll take it nice and slow for you guys so you can pick up all the detail. Which this ship has some additional striping here, which is very nice. But there's detail all over this ship. So nice job, Eaglemoss, on this ship. You guys did a very, very nice job. So I thought I'd give you guys a flyby on this heavy cruiser Loki from the series Blood and Chrome, Battlestar Galactica. Let me know what you guys think about this model. Very, very nicely detailed. Aztecing, the paint, the weathering, the paneling on this ship is gorgeous. Let me know if you guys have this ship in your collection of Battlestar Galactica. I'm pretty sure this one will be staying in my collection for a long time. And please let me know about the name. If Loki should actually be on this ship instead of Cyclops. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button and subscribe button so you can keep up to date on our latest videos. Until next time, guys, have a good one.